Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce jury, curry, and juror. So these words are related because of the sounds. They can be somewhat challenging to pronounce, particularly the word juror, so we'll come to that last. But I did include jury and curry together because you might find one or the other easier to say. Looking at the word jury, we have the letters UR and they say the sound. So I've written it here with a schwa and an R like re. So you can think about the ending syllable being re if that's helpful for you. Basically, when we have an R in the middle of the word, it's either going to be the sound moving into another syllable. So it doesn't matter so much if you think of it as the tense like in bird, or the re. You just don't want to have really a schwa sound there. It's not going to be jari. It's going to be jury. So you do need this sound. I just move in and out of my R from something basically almost from the j sound. When I go right from the j to the jur. So I was tempted to write it like this, like jur. If that helps you, whatever helps you to visualize getting directly to that tense sound. In American English, we go in and out of R, so I can think of it as jury. I basically need both a tense and then releasing into the jury. I go in and out of that R. That might have been not the most helpful if the R is challenging for you. Build this word from the R. So if you don't have a strong R yet, you may need to practice on less complicated words than these to get your American R sound. You can use my American R playlist to help you with that, as well as our Sounds of English course on SpeechModification.com. Almost all of our courses on SpeechModification.com deal with the American R because it's one of the more challenging sounds to adopt in American English, and those courses are all either free or available for under $2. So check them out, SpeechModification.com. All right, so for jury, I'm going to build from the jury. And you might notice that if you start with that it's a little easier to do juror because my tongue is already back and tight and ready. It just does a little just lifts in the front and pushes out that voiced j sound. You can also get help for this j sound that we spell with letter J or letter G in our Sounds of English course and our videos for that as well. So curry might be easier for you because same thing, I can build from the sound, in this case, this I can build from my and then add my K. Curry. You may feel that some people say it more like with a curry, and an sound, curry. That's not going to sound very typical of American English though, so you do want to go pretty tightly and right into that from your initial K sound. So curry, jury. Now we get to juror, which is much more difficult to say, even for me. Most native speakers will struggle with this just because we have to do that sound twice in a row. So I'm going to be doing the tense like I had in jury, juror, excuse me. I'll be doing that tense and then a more relaxed So one way you might see it is as juror. I wrote that here like this. So you can think about juror, and it's because I have to go from R to R again that's very challenging. So I would again build from the sound, jur, and then try juror. So when I'm doing that juror, I'm basically holding that tight R sound, relaxing it a little, and then bringing it back so I can hear that there's two of them. Because otherwise it's going to sound like juror, one long tense sound. So the first one, tight, longer, tense, juror. The second one, drop a little and then say another juror. Gliding them together is the challenging part because if I'm saying juror, I kind of have to move into this R before my Okay, so unfortunately, there's no real trick to making juror an easier word to say. I would say one thing would be just to juror, make a little break between the two of them. Also, just really work on your getting it nice and strong, and then adding your juror to the start of it. Once you can say jury, curry, and juror by themselves, do try practicing them in some short phrases, because juror inevitably is going to trip you up as you're speaking. And then also you want to think about when you have to say plural, jurors, you're going to add the z sound, jurors. One trick for that is if you add a word with a vowel next, the jurors are, you can think about that Z sound kind of almost being on the R word. Jurors are. The jurors are deliberating. The jurors are selected. That could help you as well. Okay, thank you for this request. I know this is a challenging word for many people. Don't be frustrated if you have to slow down to use it accurately in your speech. Know that happens to native speakers as well. It's just because the combinations of sounds is quite challenging. I'll be back again tomorrow with another Word of the Day class, as well as later today, because it's Friday, we'll have our live question and answer class. You can attend that class, put your questions in the comments. We talk about pronunciation, specific words, patterns, lots of things to help you with your American accent and your fluency in American English. That's at 12 noon Seattle time on YouTube, 3 o'clock Eastern time, and you can check out the links on our page. I look forward to seeing you there, and I hope to see you again soon in another class. I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. SpeechModification.com. Bye, everyone. See you soon.